students, as per your syllabus, like as per your SCA lab, so you have an Stat Pro and MSP and Excel. Stat Pro, it is maximum marks contains from the Stat Pro, and the remaining marks will be shared by MSP and Excel. So whereas already in the college itself you had studied about Stat Pro, and even the Excel will be sharing, Excel links also will be sharing, and even the MSP also. MSP, half of the batch has been done and half of the batch it is not done. So for that purpose we are doing this video. So whereas MSP, what is this MSP? MSP, it is nothing but Microsoft project. This Microsoft project, it is mainly used for the scheduling of the project. Okay, and this is very useful to track out where my project is and where how many days have lagged it and how many days I am forwarded. So everything will be known. So this MSP will be used for project professional, project server and project web access. In this MSP, what will happen before using this MSP, you need to know why we have to do and when we have to do, and before doing this what we have to have. So one is you need to find out the purpose of the project and define the objectives and finalize the scope of it and identify the activities, and so the next one is assign the resources to activities and create an estimate time and cost, and next one, it is make honest assumption about various relevant factors that can affect the duration of the project and its cost. And the last one, it is discuss alternative scenarios and building contingencies and plans. So as you know, actually in the CME, that is nothing but your construction management entrepreneurship, you have come across about what is activity, what is scope, and what is objectives, and what is time, and what is cost, and what is estimate. Everything you have come across. Whereas these all points, whatever I am showing it now, or these all 8 points, it is very useful for we civil engineers. Okay, and we need to have these 8 points in our mind while doing any project, any scheduling. Okay, one is identify the purpose of the project. Okay, why we are doing the project. Okay, purpose, it is nothing but, so whether this project, how long does it take. Okay, actual scenario of the project is what, is there any critical conditions in that project, is there any whatever the problems is there. So first we need to identify the problem, so then we need to start doing a schedule. Okay, after that you need to define an objectives. Why, suppose in case if you are building old age school, or in case if you are building in a school, these all are very urgently we required it. Okay, these are the objectives. Second one is, next one is scope, you need to find out, and activities also. Identifying the activity, it is nothing but you need to have a major activities. Major activity, it is nothing but first is your excavation. Actually your building schedule is what, this building schedule, it is excavation, after that PCC, after that footing, after that wall, columns or wall will be raised up, and after that beams, slabs and concreting, everything. After that you will be having a finishing works. These all are the major activities. Okay, next you need to find out an estimation and time of cost. Estimate the time and cost. It means, suppose if you are doing an earthwork excavation, how long does it take, how many does it take, these estimation you have to do it. Okay, so once you have done a time estimation, you need to do a cost estimation also. What are the machineries you used for an excavation, and what are the manpower you use for the excavations. So these all the cost also you need to estimate it. So total together in this MSP, you need to have a costing also, you need to have a time scheduling also. Okay, so usually in the entrepreneurs, whoever in the entrepreneur companies and all, they do a cost to complete of the project, and before doing a project, before starting of the project itself, they start a cost to complete of the project, and they'll be having their own schedule also. That schedule we call it as a baseline schedule. Please remember this, the first initial schedule which we create, that is your baseline schedule. So after that, after doing the last point, it is very very important point, discuss alternative scenarios and building contingency plans. Okay, actually in the entrepreneurs where the Purvankara, Shobha, Brigade, everybody, what they do, they call for an outsourcing consultancies also. Even they have their in-house consultancy, they call for an outsourcing consultancy also. It is just because for this reason they'll be having an alternative scenarios. They can also give an alternative ideas. For that purpose, they call for an outsourcing also. So it is better to keep, please keep it in mind. It is better to discuss if you are doing any project, any work, any activity. Please discuss with some other people to know about the alternative scenarios, or any building alternative issues will be given and alternative solutions will be given. So for that purpose, you need to discuss that. Okay, and next one is these are the tasks. What is the task, scope, resource, everything I'll be explaining. This material I'm sharing with you in the Google Drive. I have uploaded already, so I'll share a link also. I've shared a link also. Please open that, and if you have any doubt, please open that and just check out that. So this is linking task. What is this linking task? Everything I'll be showing it, and I'll show you now how do it. So this is how this project management, everything is there. Please study on that. Scheduling is also, what is scheduling. Actually, the CME in the class itself, professor might have explained you that what is task, what is schedule, what is project, everything. So here see what are the, why we have to do it, why this project needs to be run by the organization, everything, all the questions is there, and you need to monitor that, and the project can help you. Why does the MS project, how does the MS project can help you? This is visualize your project plan in standard defined formats and schedule task and resource consistency and effectively, track information about the work, duration and resource requirement for your project, and generate reports to share in progress meetings. Okay, next is project information. Actually, this gives you a project information in case if you are working on the MSP. This is actually MSP, it is in a scheduling software. Okay, not only MSP, you have a Primavera also has a scheduling software. So one is in the project information, what you have to do, one is start date you'll get, and you need to set a calendar also. I'll show you how you have to set the calendar. So in this calendar, you have three types of calendar. One is 24 hours calendar, and second one is night shift, and other one is standard calendar. Usually we use a standard calendar. And the next step is adding exceptions to calendar. Exceptions to calendar means what? We will be having some holidays. Okay, it is a district wise, or it is like a state wise. We will be having a government holidays. In case if there is any strike, that all can be, that all has to be considered in while setting your calendar. Okay, the next one is you have to change the working time also. Okay, working time, because it varies from region to region, the working time. Some people works from 8 to 6 or else 8 to 4, but some people works from 9 to 5. Some people have a tendency, and lunch hour also varies. For some people it will be half an hour, and some people it will be 1 hour. So on that purpose, we need to change this working time also. In the calendar itself, you need to change it. After that, setting up a resource calendar. You need to set up the resource calendar also, you need to set it. So after that, changing working time on each resource. Okay, because suppose carpenter, he comes on Tuesday, and other day Wednesday he may not come. So for that purpose, every day for each and every activity we need to set in a calendar. For that purpose only, here they have given change work times for each resource they have given. Okay, so next one is create non-working days also. Suppose Sunday it is non-working day, obviously, so that also we need to mention that is non-working day. Next, file properties, everything it is there, enter task and durations. This all I'll explain with a screen now. So summary task, you need to create it, link the task. Okay, in this briefly I have explained everything. Please go on go and check the report. You will be having a clear idea of it. Okay, check plans duration, check plans cost, baseline. As I told you, save a baseline. It is nothing but when you create a schedule, the very first schedule will be there, no? That we call it as a baseline schedule. Okay, so for that you need to schedule group. Here we have given a link also. Click project tab, scheduling group, set baseline and give a OK. So this is how you need to create your baseline. Okay, this baseline, it is nothing but baseline schedule. Suppose Today it is on 5th of May. So when you create your schedule on the 5th of May, you'll be having an idea that today I'll start some work. Okay, suppose today you'll start your excavation work. Okay, I mean 5th of May you'll start your excavation work. For some other reason you couldn't start the excavation, so that time what will happen, your excavations starts on 10th of May. It means there is a lack of 5 days. Okay, but when you were supposed to start, you were supposed to start on 5th May, but you started on 10th May. It means there is a 5 days difference. So that next 10th you have given an end date. Okay, so that will be your actual schedule. Okay, the 5th May schedule, what is there, that is your baseline schedule. Okay, so this is how we create a baseline schedule. So next you view baseline on Gantt chart. Okay, this MSP, it works on Gantt chart. Gantt method. So that is under Gantt chart. It is nothing but there will be a bars Gantt chart. On that the chart shows the variations also, start date, end date, everything it shows. So that's why we call it as a Gantt chart. So next, every day, I mean monthly once or 15 days once, actually the entrepreneurs, whoever is there, so every month they will be having a meeting. So while going for the meeting with an higher authority, they need to carry a schedule. So while carrying a schedule, they have to carry an updated schedule, I mean tracking schedules. Okay, so that tracking schedule, this tracking happens with respect to baseline only. Okay, you are not supposed to take, because from the main office, whatever the actual schedule will be there, I mean baseline schedule, that will be distributed to a site office. Okay, so main office, they mainly concentrate on the baseline schedule only. Actual schedule, it depends on the site people. They need to give a reason why they didn't follow the baseline schedule, why they didn't track on a baseline schedule. For everything they need to give a reason. But whereas main office, they mainly concentrate a baseline, I mean management, they mainly concentrate on a baseline schedule only. So on the basis of the baseline schedule only, you need to track everything, all the activities you need to track it. And while tracking with respect to baseline schedule, you need to you will be having you need to mention the comment also when you have an actual, I mean for example, I gave you on the 5th of May your excavation was supposed to start, but it started on 10th of May. Okay, so for that 5 days difference, you need to have a difference, I mean you need to have a reason also. So when you given a proper reason, there will be, in case there might be a rainy season, so you couldn't start an excavation, the soil was sticky and soil was something else, so that time you can give a reason. But whatever it is there, whatever the reason might be there, so whatever the management, always it asks for a tracking with a baseline, with respect to a baseline schedule only. Okay, so look at this, track plan by specific date. Okay, so the track plan by specific date, it is nothing but, suppose your management has called for a meeting, so that time they have asked you for the meeting on today's date, till today what is your scheduling, they'll ask it, and what is your tracking, they ask it. So till today you need to track the project. Okay, so I mean they are tracking, management ask in the percentage wise. Okay, suppose the plastering work was supposed to start, how much the plastering work has been done. Suppose if I got 20 floors buildings are there, so out of 20 floor building, out of 20 floors, how many floors has been done. Suppose if out of 20 floors, suppose 10 floors has been done, it means 50% of the work has been done, plastering work has been done. That can that is how you need to do a tracking. Okay, percentage complete, this is I have told you, and actual values also you have to give it. And the major thing is I need to explain is this MSP, it works on 4 scenarios. Okay, that scheduling, tracking and timing, whatever I am saying it, these all things, it works on the 4 major agendas, that is finish to start, finish to finish, start to start, start to finish. Okay, so these all the things, it is a 4 type of tasks, dependencies, it is already explained in the class itself. So now it is very much important to know what is finish to start, what is finish to finish, what is start to start and start to finish. This finish to start, for an example, activity excavation and activity PCC. Okay, So PCC work will start only after finishing of excavation, isn't it? So it means this finish to start completely. Finish means excavation has to finish, and start means PCC has to start. Okay, this is all the, please make out the major difference. So now you will not get to know when I start MSP actual working, that time you will get to know what is that finish to finish, finish to start start, and start to finish. After that you need to link a relationship also. Okay, so leading and lagging, everything will be there. Leading, it means in case if you are suppose there was a, for an tiling work, there was a 5 days duration you had fixed. Okay, within a 3 days itself you have completed your tiling work, so that is leading. Okay, and whereas a lag time, it is nothing but, suppose you have completed you have set it for the 5 days time for the tiling work, but you have taken a 10 days, it means 5 days extra time you have taken it, so that we call it as a lagging. I mean 5 days you are in a lagging. Applied task constraints, you need to have given a constraints also. So constraints will be there. So the constraints, it is nothing but what are the constraints were there. I mean, I told you, excavation was supposed to start on 5th of May, but it started on 10th of May. So there was a 5 days difference. That difference we call it as a constraints. Okay, enter deadline date and fixed cost, everything. This is how the create allocations, lead time, lag time, everything will be there. Now let us start MSP. Okay, so go to new. In this new, you will be having a Microsoft project document. Okay, so it is here. So you given a rename of the project is, suppose if I take an RIT, Rajiv Institute of Technology, I'll type it RIT, and I'm doing a RIT project, so I've given a RIT. Okay, open that. When you open here, go to file. Okay, go to project. Here you have to create a new calendar, right? So for that, go to change working time. Okay, so when you go to change working time, create new calendar. Okay, so I am doing here, you have to give a name. Okay, it asks for a name. So there, if you are doing mention your project name. Suppose if I am doing an RIT project, so I'll mention it as RIT. Give OK. Okay, so create RIT is there now. In this RIT, you have a standard calendar you have selected. Okay, so after selecting a standard calendar, what you have to do, you need to change your work weeks. Okay, I mean timings you need to change. Go to details. Okay, Monday to Saturday, set these days to specific working times. Got it? So set these to specific working time. There are 3 agendas. One is use project default times for these days, and second one is set days to non-working time and set days to specific working times. You have selected Monday to Saturday. Okay, Monday to Saturday. So I'll mention this as 9 AM to 12 PM and 1 PM to 5 PM. Okay, between 12 to 1 it is your lunch hour, that also you need to mention it. So for that reason, what I have done, 9 to 12 and 1 to 5 I have given it. Give OK, click on OK. Okay, this is how your calendar. Now check out your calendar. So this is your calendar. So that is May 2020 is there. So now you have this thing. So when you take your all these days, your all the days are free and only your Sunday is non-working day. Okay, so after that, go to now details, you go there and OK, and here go to options. Okay, when you go to options, check out the week starts on, when does your week starts? Week starts on Monday. Okay, default start time, it is 8 AM is there, but your default start time is when it is 9 AM and default end time is 5 PM, 8 hours and per week. So how many days you work? 6 days. So 6 8s are 48. Okay, days per month is 30. 30, it means 30 and 4 Sundays will be there. So how many days will be having? 26 days will be having it. And the show assignment units as percentage only. So everything is same now. And whereas over here you will be having an dollars. Okay, give okay. Okay, now your calendar is fixed. Your calendar is set. I'll show you when later how you need to set your non-working days, everything. So as the video is visible, so I'll show you how you need to set the calendars. So next, okay, give okay. So now look at this problem. Okay, this problem I'll be doing it. So activity, duration, everything is there. Activity 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 2 to 5, 2 to 7, 3 to 4, 3 to 6, and 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 5 to 7, 6 to 7, 7 to 8. And the duration is 10, 12, 8, 12, 6, 5, 8, 8, 10, 6, 12. Okay. So coming here, enter the task then. Here activity 1, next 2, I mean not in a duration, in the 2 it's a 2, and next one is 3, next one is 4, next one is 5, next one is 6, next one is 7, and next one is 8. Okay. So after that, before that, you have set the change working time you have done, no? So come here, go to a project information. In this project information, give a start date. Okay, your start date is today's date. That is, what is your today's date? Today, give today date. So that is 7th of May 2020. I have given here, and current date and standard calendar. You have created a calendar, no? That is your RIT calendar. Select that RIT calendar itself and give OK. Okay. Now check out your date. This is your green line, no? This green line, it is visible from 7th of May. I mean from Thursday it is starting this. Okay, as per your calendar, as per your date, it is starting from 7th of May, it is getting started. Okay, you have typed your activities also. Activity 1, activity 2, activity 3, activity 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, coming to this task mode, everything it is manually scheduled. Make this as auto schedule. Okay, so when you click on here, make this as an auto schedule. It means, check out here, look at here, here your bars are showing. This screen we call it as a Gantt chart screen. Okay, so this is, here you are getting a bars, okay, as per your dates. So make everything as an auto schedule. All the things, make that everything as auto scheduled only. Okay, now actually while explaining your MSP, at that time I told you that linking of the projects I told you. Okay, while linking of the projects, what you need to do, here you have two types. One is predecessor. Either you can link the project, you can link the activity by using a predecessor, or you can link the activity by using a successor. Okay, na? So in this, in case if you want a predecessor, you know the difference between predecessor and successor, right? So predecessor, for next activity, what is that? That is in a predecessor. So now I'll show you now how the predecessor comes. Okay, for activity 1, which one is the predecessor? Look at this project, look at this diagram. In this activity, for activity, these are the activity 2, 3, 5, 7, 4, 6, and whereas 5, 6, 7, 7, 8 is there, no? That is activity, and these are the activity, these are the predecessor. Okay, for here, for activity 2, activity 1 is a predecessor. Okay, it means when your activity 1 completes, then only your activity 2 can start. Okay, so in case for suppose for activity 2, activity 1 is a predecessor, and vice versa, for activity 1, activity 2 is a successor. Okay, got it? Hope you got this. So now I'll give the link. how I'll give the link? So for activity 2, activity 1 is the predecessor, no? So for this, what I'll do, now you will not get to know. Wait, I'll do it. One more thing, insert a task, give this as an RIT project, mention this RIT. Okay, so I'll make this as an auto schedule, and I'll make this as an WBS. WBS, it is nothing but your work breakdown structure. Okay, click on here, so you'll get your work breakdown structure. It means this is your parent WBS, these all are your child WBS. Got it? So now look at here. So now for activity 2, this is activity 1, activity 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What now? So now look at here. For activity 2, activity 1 was a predecessor. It means 2FS. Okay. What is this 2FS I gave here? 2, I mean after finishing your activity 1. Okay. This activity 1 stands in second row. Okay. For that reason I gave here 2FS. 2 and second row activity finishes, this activity starts after finishing the second row activity, it says. Okay, got it? 2FS. So coming to this, look at this again. For activity 3, activity 1 is a predecessor. Okay, for activity 3 is this one. For activity 3, activity 1 is a predecessor. Again, this is activity 1 stands in second row. For that reason I am giving 2FS. Okay, look at here, the links are showing here. Okay, this is a linking of the task. This we call it as a linking of the task. Okay, and again coming to this activity 5, for activity 5, activity 2 is a predecessor. Okay, where is activity 5? Activity 5 is here. So activity 2 stands in which row? Third row. It means for activity 5, this is 3FS. Got it? So the links are taking place the same way. And again coming to this activity 7. Okay, so activity 7, for activity 7, activity 2 is a predecessor. Okay, so activity 2 is where? 3. So this is activity 7. Okay, activity 3 is a predecessor. So again I've given 3FS. Okay, so next for activity 4. For activity 4, activity 3 is the predecessor. Activity 4 is here and activity 3 stands on 4th row. So I have given same way activity 4. Next, again for activity 6, activity 3 is a predecessor. Activity 6 is here. Activity 3 is stands in a 4th row. So that is 4FS. Okay. So next, for activity 5, activity 4 is a predecessor. Activity 5, again activity 4 is a predecessor. Here what you need to do, here 3 is also there. 3, it is nothing but third row is second activity. Okay, and what does this shows? Activity, again for the activity 5, activity 4 is a predecessor. So activity 4 stands in where? 5. So for that 3 comma 5 you give it. Okay, 3 comma 5. Okay, so here this has taken a sub activity. Got it? Are you getting this? 3 comma 5. It means 2 activities are the predecessor for this 5th activity. That is nothing but activity 4, activity 2 are the predecessor. Okay, for an example, for activity 2, activity 1 is a predecessor. Activity 3, activity 2 is a successor. Activity 4, activity 5, activity 4 is a successor. Got it? Now are you getting my point? So look at this. So for activity 2, activity 1 was a predecessor. Okay, same way for activity 1, activity 2 is a successor. Okay, so next for activity 6, activity 5 is a predecessor. Activity 6 is here. Okay, and activity 5 is in 6th row. It means 4 comma 6 you give it. Okay, and the same way for activity 7, activity 5 is a predecessor, and activity 7, activity 6 is a predecessor. For activity 7, activity 5, activity 6. It means 6 and 7. 3 comma 6 comma 7. And the same way for the next one, for activity 8, activity 7 is a predecessor. For activity 8, activity 7, so that is 8FS. Okay, this is how you got your link. Okay, and again at the same time, at the question they have mentioned that duration also. For activity 2, they have mentioned 10 days. Okay, and for activity 3, they have given 12 days. And activity 5, they have given 8 days. Mention that I am doing here 8 days. Okay, look at that, 10 days, 12 days, 8 days I am entering here. Okay, so next is what they have given. Activity 7, it is 12 days. Next, activity 4, how much they have given? 6 days they have given. Type that. And activity 6, how much they have given? Activity 6 is 5 days duration. And coming to this again, activity 5, it is 8 days. Okay, and previous it was 8 days it is given, here it is there. Previously for activity 5 8 days is there. Again for activity 5 there is a duration 8 days. So 8 plus 8 is how much? That is 16 days duration. You need to mention that. Okay, so again for activity 6, what is the duration? Activity 6, again activity 6 8 days duration is there. So 8 plus 5, previous 5 was there, so 8 plus 5 is 13. Okay, so next activity 7, you have two durations, one is 10 and one is 6. Okay, so one is 10 days duration, activity 7 is 10, previous it is 12 is there, and second one is 10 and third one is 6. It means 12 plus 10 is 22, 22 plus 6 is 28 duration is there. And for activity 8 it is 12 days duration, and give activity 1 as a 0 days duration. Okay, so it means activity after completes an activity, then only your so for activity 1 day duration you give it, so then your work starts. Look at that. Okay, you can maximize, minimize also here. Look at your bar chart. Okay, so you can see also, go to task, Gantt chart. So network diagram, if you want to see a network diagram, look at this network diagram, and it is showing a critical path also, where what all the red symbol indicates, no, this is all your critical path. Okay, what all it is indicating in the red line, so that is all your critical path. This much is enough.